That's an interesting song to play next. Oh my god, is my camera dead? What the fuck is going on? Oh, one moment. Okay. I guess it captured me sitting down. Okay. I love computers. Good morning, everybody. Man, I got something going on in my throat, and I'm pissed about it. Ugh, cheers. Yeah, that. I made tea in this thing. I had an extra cup. I've got a swollen fucking whatever in my throat. What are they called? Tonsils? Ugh, it's killing me. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. It's hot as balls. That's it. It's hot as balls. Oh my god, Bolos, you can totally. Dude, I wish. You know what's crazy? So, this brand, bless their hearts, I don't think they understand the internet very well because they wanted to sponsor me real bad and then they just couldn't figure out how. But I wish I had a sponsorship by them so I could just put a button up for you guys. It's Black Craft Cult. Is the brand. Like, literally at least 50% of the shit you see me wear on stream is by Black Craft Cult. Not because I'm obsessed with the brand for any particular reason, other than they make cute shit like this. It literally says Hail Satan and drink coffee. And then it's got like the board. But their clothes last forever. Like I am a hard laundry girl. Like I don't separate things, whites and colored clothes and whatnot. Like everything goes in the wash, everything goes in the dryer. If it doesn't survive, it doesn't deserve to be in my closet kind of person. Because I hate fucking doing laundry, but I love clean clothes. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because there are people these days who still separate clothes and like hang dry shit. I'll hang dry a nice thing, like if I have a nice dress I go out in or something like that. But other than that, it's got to survive. And this shit, it doesn't shrink. It's long. I mean, I'm 6 feet tall and this is a women's medium. And this never happens. It goes almost to my gina. You can't see it because of the fucking shorts, but it's right there. Like, that's a long t-shirt. And if I it's a tall person issue, I feel like. If I get a medium in women's, it's gonna be here. This is where a medium in women's is gonna hit me, no matter what. Because I'm tall. Long shirt is long, right? And it fits nice. Like, man, it's just rare that you find nice clothes. And usually, like if you go to the Black Craft Cult website, in the fall, I want to say, they usually have a big old 40% off sale. And that's usually when I go shopping for Zach and I. And I get a ton of t-shirts and stuff. Because they do, I've had clothes from them for like 10 years now. And they have no fading. The blacks are still black and there's no holes. And I'm hard on my clothes. Like, I don't really, like, almost all of my clothes have paint on them. Because I'm not one to be like, I have paint clothes. I'm just like, I feel like painting. These clothes are dead now. Like, I just don't care about clothes very much. They're hardy. Like, they're hardy clothes, and I like that. I like shit to last a long time. I don't want to waste money, $20 on a shirt that's gonna destroy itself in the wash machine, you know? Literally, Blackcraft Colt. They're really cool. Like, they've got a lot, like, their emblem. Is it on me somewhere? Oh, is it on me? No. They've got an emblem on a lot of their stuff,
Now
and it's a little
I'm
pentagram.
going to fuck you
Erican.
with Satan's cock.
Erican, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it native swings. 42.
The meaning of life, how does it feel?
Well, Viata, I have a really short torso. And no boobs. So that's like, if you think about it, my upper body is Vissy's upper body, which is psychotic because she's 5 feet tall. But like, she gives me clothes. So that's probably part of it. Yeah, no boobs, gang. Anybody who has boobs, I'm sure you can identify with this. The moment you put a shirt on that's supposed to fit, it goes out like this and it's an umbrella. It becomes like a sack on you and it's off your stomach and you suddenly feel like a bag, like a square. Right? I don't have that. Like, I got little guys, man. And so short torso, no boobs means I can get away with more, I think, probably. I have man boobs. Does that count? Probably. We're probably similar size, to be honest. Really? I bought an XL of the Pride hoodie and that bitch. Do I have a Pride hoodie? I have the Pride shirt. I think The only hoodie I have from them is that one that the zipper came off, and I'm so pissed about it. My favorite hoodie ever that I always got compliments on. I still have it because I'm convinced I'm going to fix that hoodie. Yep, the hoodie. Yep, I do. That was the one I was trying. I was like, I think I forgot it's because it's the fucking zipper broke on it, so I haven't worn it forever. But I still have it because I'm convinced I'm going to fix it. What you think about going through those bloods? I think it's important for people to understand the kinds of medical jargon people hear being thrown. What do you mean? What bloods? What you mean? What bloods? Men don't have this problem with pants, thankfully. I know, and the curse is being tall. People are always like, why don't you just go buy men's clothes? You don't make room for ass. Like, unfortunately, if you're tall with meat on your body, it doesn't work. You gotta be tall and bone rail thin in order for that shit to work out. Like, it's an adorable idea, but the issue that booby people have with a shirt coming off their boobs and looking like a box, that's me in pants. My butt is my boobs, you know? Trousers, is it waist or length? See, and David, I'm literally the exact opposite. I have like a ridiculously small waist and fat ass and long legs. No shit. I'm like a 29 waist by 35-inch inseam. 35, it doesn't even exist. Like, I have to order pants if I want jeans or trousers or slacks or something, which is why I live in my short shorts and spandex. Because there's just, me too. Kenny, you and I say, bitch. Hard same. Literally, the way I describe my body is I'm like a Tim Burton character with meat. Like, if you put flesh on a Tim Burton character, there you go. Me. All legs and butt. Like, that's it. And they just don't make clothes for that, so I live in, like, leggings and shorts, because denim doesn't work. Oh, I got a blood test done. I'm more than happy to send those results so we can discuss bodies and numbers. You can send it to me in Discord if you want. I wouldn't, like, out your stuff, but I mean, people love the medical stuff. Apologies for missing Discord watch party yesterday. I wasn't in the mood for people. Nothing you all did, but my desire. No, totally. Dude, the watch party is supposed to be just like stream in that it's a casual drop in, drop out. You never have to say hi. You never have to say bye. No. It's a place to be if you want to be, but you never have to be. You know what I'm saying? I never want anyone to feel like they have to be somewhere. Fuck that. I just moved into the old man phase of life. I'm rocking the Kirkland brand stretchy denim. Pretty damn nice, to be honest. I mean, I think there's a point when we're all like, I don't know why I'm just making myself unreasonably uncomfortable to like fit some fashion standard. Like until I was 27 years old, I didn't own a pair of shorts because I was so self-conscious of my legs. I lived in jeans all the time. But it's like this jeans dance where when you have denim on and you have ass and meat on your body, you basically can't breathe or move or fart or bend over without your entire ass just falling out of the jeans completely. Or whale tail, which apparently was a fashion thing at one point. So it was like this constant dance of like tucking my ass into my jeans and sitting in this very specific position so that the jeans stayed on. And it was just like I couldn't bend over to pick something on the ground without my ass. Like I'd have to turn my ass towards a wall or something. It's just ridiculous. Like that shouldn't be it. If you put flesh on a Tim Burton character, set a serial oh, I mean. Wondering what the job market. Oh, in Northern England. I don't feel like I had to be there. I wanted to. I don't. I'm weird emotional. No, I totally get it. I totally understand. It's like the FOMO, but at the same time, like realizing you need to sit in quiet for a while and you're just not in the mood. It's FOMO. I completely understand it. CK just keeps some of us locked up in stream for her own nefarious purpose.
Get the fuck back in your closet.
Last night we had 80-mile-per-hour winds. Holy shit. So many trees are down in some areas. Some places don't have power. My grill blew away. Your grill? What the fuck? I hope you're okay. That's terrifying. Good morning, Rod. I literally like almost did the dark corner thing yesterday because I was feeling so shitty. Like I woke up with a migraine and then I've got this swollen tonsil in my throat that every time I swallow, it feels like fire. And I was the same, but I was like, you know what? It'll make me feel better to just sit and talk shit with people for a while. Good morning, BDO. Ouch. Northern England. Well, the North Island, the north of the island. What do I say? It's the north of the island, right? I mean, I'm not incorrect when I say north of the island. They're Scottish. I'm not saying they're English, but like it's the north of the island, right? Come on, it's north of an island. Give me credit. I don't live there. Not that closet. That's the mod closet, and we don't share.
You don't want to be in the mod closet, trust me.
Can you imagine that sailing through the air? No, but I've seen shit similar at Burning Man. Like when the wind picks up at Burning Man, I've seen shit go flying, but never a grill. Like that's truly impressive. Delayed reaction department, shaking with laughter while falling asleep last night. I'll start paying rent when you start paying taxes. Say that again, motherfucker. Ah, is that holy water? And piss. That fucker in the and piss. I forgot about that. Britain, Northern Britain. I do apologize. Northern Britain. I grew up with this shit in my house. I think I've told you guys about this, but like you guys know my Nana was Irish. And I couldn't say I was something else. We were Irish. Like she was one of those. Her mom was an off the boat Irish woman. My Nana was raised in an Irish Catholic orphanage, and she was one of those that came to America and was like, I don't care what your dad cream pied into your mom. You're Irish. And I was like, "Okay." And my grandpa loved to bully her about it. And I still don't understand why, because he was fucking Jewish. But he would wear an orange sweatshirt on. He had like a neon orange crew neck sweatshirt he would only wear on St. Patty's Day just to piss off my Nana. Like, I grew up with this tension in one household, but I still don't fully encompass it. Like, I've learned about the orange and all that since then. But man, growing up, I was just like, I can't wear orange, I don't think. I think Nana might kill me if I do that. Excuse me. Wait, I was leaving work yesterday and I watched the airplanes and helicopters picking up water from the reservoir. Oh my God. Rod, have I ever told you the story of how I saw that happen? One time, oh my God. One time in my life, I got to see an airplane pick up water for a fire, and it was fucking insane. So like, I grew up on a river on Lake Roosevelt, which is miles wide. It's more like, cheers, bitch. Dude, same. I mean, I don't know if you saw my tweet back at you, but I think we might have Eskimo sistered this morning. Cheers. It's my stoner bowl from last night, but we'll see. So when I was a kid, we lived on Lake Roosevelt, which is, it's a river that's miles wide. I don't know why it's called a lake, because it goes forever. Probably because it has an end, but it's technically a river and it's miles wide. Or a mile wide. It's probably about a mile wide at its most full. But I remember I was sitting in the basement or something of my house. We had a 3-story, my parents built one of those lake houses things on the lake. And I was sitting in the basement on the computer or something, and I felt my house vibrating. And I thought we were having an earthquake or something. But if you're in Earthquake Alley, you know that earthquakes last 2 seconds. They do not last very long. It's like this, by the time you notice an earthquake's happening, it's over. And it just kept going. My house kept vibrating, and I was all alone. And I think I was in high school or something like that. And I get up and I go outside, and I saw what looked like to me, I couldn't even tell you, I don't know anything about planes, but it looked like a passenger plane. It looked like a fucking Boeing plane scooping, like literally it came down, and its barrel, like its bottom of it opened up like this, and it submerged while still flying in the water, sucked water up, and then took off out of the water. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know what the fuck it was. Obviously, it wasn't a passenger plane. I don't think they do that. But it was, to this day, and I was all alone, and my family still doesn't believe me. It was but it was a plane picking up water. I ended up looking it up. It was a plane picking up water for fires. It was wild to watch. I really thought I was watching a plane crash or something into the lake. Crazy. I waged war on Scotland? Wait, because of the orange? I don't wear orange. My grandfather did. What? My Nana would be so upset. I can't wage war on the Scottish. The Scottish and the Irish, man. I can't do that. Cheers. Well, it's the Isle of Britain, right? It's the Isle of Britain. I said the Isle of Britain. I mean, come on. Y'all call us Americans all the time. You know Canada is part of America, right? Next time one of you fucks say, Americans, beep, 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 I'm going to be like, no. United States of America. Get it right. Canada is not it, but technically is. We could get weird. You want to fucking get weird? Let's get weird. Right? And then Viata brings up, and then there's North Americans versus South Americans. But no, I'm American. You would never call someone from Argentina American. You'd call them Argentinian. Argentinian. Right? Let's get fucking weird. I'm just kidding. I don't want to get weird. I don't have the energy. My throat hurts. Fun fact about them. No shit. My uncle used to fly the exact type of plane you're referring to. So is it literally like a long... It kind of looks like a passenger plane that scoops water up? Because, I mean, to this day, I've kind of felt like maybe I hallucinated it because no one believed me. And I've never seen it ever since. The forces with that much water at that speed, I'm always amazed those planes don't tear themselves apart. Dawn, I really thought it was crashing. It's amazing that it was able to take off. Out of the fucking water. So, I'm trying to get TikTok to work. So, yesterday morning when I woke up with my migraine, I came to my computer and I was still going to stream. And for some reason, the internet wouldn't work. Like, no web page would load on my streaming PC no matter what I did. So I did like a major cleanup on my PC yesterday, like deleted the cache, deleted all the cookies, deleted everything to try to get, and it did, it fixed it, something was wrong. But because of that, it logged me out of everything and forgot every single password ever I know I have. So if you were in the watch party last night and I was getting a little testy every time someone was like, hey Katie, did you realize that movie's still on the wheel? And I'd be like, yes, I'm well aware I had to remake the wheel. That's why. So if I'm struggling today or seem like, it's just the speed bumps. I don't like them. I don't enjoy the speed bumps of life. They annoy me. Oh no shit, Scotland was an independent country for over 800 years before the word Britain was ever invented. So, David, what did the Scottish call the island of Britain? Because, like, they were Scottish in the country of Scotland, but I assume that they had a word for the greater landmass. They didn't just, like, disacknowledge the landmass, did they?
I'm going to fuck you with Satan's cock.
Bitch. Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive and giving any swings rage. I fucking appreciate you. When among the holes, 6 months feels like nothing. It really does. It's fucking weird. Time has no meaning. We are only vibrating deep below space and time. Word. Oh, so what was the country? So what was the other country? I'm trying to figure out, like, what was it before Britain? Was Britain the first name for the island, and you guys just, like, took a chunk of the island and were like, fuck the rest of it, we're not going to name it? Or did the rest of the island have people inhabiting it, and it was actually, they had countries as well? No shit, you guys found an entire island and just chose one chunk of it, and didn't call the whole thing Scotland? That's really rare. Normally, people, like, go, this is my island now. This is my landmass. They don't just, like, take a chunk, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. I didn't know. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I have a book back here, actually, that's really interesting. It's literally the story of the Irish race. My Nana gave it to me, and it's the story of, like, the history of the island of Ireland, and I think that'd be really interesting to read about Scotland and shit as well. Because it goes back to, like, you know, before Irish was a word. I love that stuff. I think it's interesting because you guys know I've bitched about that. Good morning, Atif. I've bitched about how, like, American education, not only is it very subpar, I went to a small school where we barely had any teachers, and the education was like I think I've told you guys, my softball coach was my PE teacher, was my history teacher, was my current world events teacher, was the football coach. and also used to give us cans of chew to go pick rocks off the baseball field. Like, that's the kind of environment I grew up in. So my education when it comes to, like, to this day, I'm still super stupid when it comes to geography, and it's very embarrassing to me. I work on it constantly, and I try, like, when it comes up, I'm just like, what? Yeah. I know shit about shit. And it's like, I think one time, it was in 4th grade, a teacher taught us what a providence was. We were learning about Canada because his wife was from Canada, and he was like, providences, that's a word. And I was like, wow, they don't have states in other places? It's so pathetic. It's really sad how, like, we basically come out of high school and then pay to go to real school and actually learn. Like, I know more European, like, Eastern European geography than I do American geography. It's fucking sad. Oh, no shit. The term Britain actually comes from the French region of Brittany. I did not know that, although that makes complete sense. I know, I'm not trying to be an asshole. It's just a gift. I hate that, Viata. I hate that for you. Hold on. I haven't logged into YouTube either. I wish I knew all my passwords by heart, but I just don't have the brain space. It's been called Britain since the Romans called it that. To be the Picts. So, did Picts. It's so hard to get that word to come across. Picts. I almost don't even. Picts. The Pictish or the Celts? Which one came first? What is DMT, Damien? Is that a drug or is that like one of those sensory tanks? I love mythology too. Irish mythology tends to be very fuckery though, and everything's so hideous. Before Scotland, we were known as Caledonia. Before that, Alba. Before the Celts, before the Picts. So it went Picts and then Celts. And that's the history of Scotland, mix of Picts and Gaels. That's awesome. I didn't know. Angela's Ashes is a great book about early Irish. Angela's Ashes is rough. Really good book, but whoa. Well, that's an awkward erection. When is it not? Before it was England, the rest of the islands south of Scotland was a bunch of small independent territories constantly fighting each other. Okay, so it wasn't really enough people to, like, amass. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, you guys all know how America was founded. We don't need to go over that shit. I use a password manager so I don't have to use my... Dude, I used to, and I used LastPass, and then LastPass got breached, and now I just don't trust any of them. I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to do anymore. I think they coexisted at a certain point, but one was a little pre the other one. I think it was the Picts came first. They were very much like a warring type people, and it was like small. It's I think if you like, do you remember Senua's Sacrifice? I think we talked about this. Senua's Sacrifice. Senua Saga, whatever. That she's a Pict, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say we talked about this. This is super familiar. It was before that's the word. It's clans. Literally, it was before. That was the word I was trying to look for. Thank you. It was before the clan system. That was the Pictish. And that Picts were Picts. That word is weird for me, and I don't know why. Picts. The Pictish and Celts, those were like Ireland and Scotland, right? Like they kind of crossed both. Do correct me if I'm wrong. Seriously, I should know more about this. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay. That's what, I mean, like, just talking to my Nana and stuff and reading that book, The History of the Irish Race, whatever that fucking means. That's pretty much the gist I got from it was very much crossover. And, like, I did Ancestry.com, and I'm quite literally 50% Irish Scot. Because the genetics are so similar between Scotland and Ireland, they really can't pinpoint them, one island or the other, 100%. They can kind of guesstimate. But for the most part, they're like, you're Irish Scot. Or whatever, and I'm like, okay. My Nana would be so proud. Because she... Actually, no. She'd be like, no, you're 100%. She'd be pissed. Hold on. I'm not logged into anything right now, so it's taking me forever. I'm so sorry. I cleared all my cookies and shit, and it's just a nightmare now. Picts are Scots and Gaels Irish. Okay, cool. Thank you. Lots of inbreeding between the Scots and that. Literally, yeah, it's... I mean, that's what... It's kind of cool if you ever do Ancestry.com or 23andMe. They explain that. So they give you like these guesstimated percentages, like most of your DNA looks historically like these people. But then if you read like the blurbs under it, it'll be like the genetics between the Scots and the Irish are so fucking similar. And then the Vikings came down and like raped up both sides constantly. So like most of us have a lot of like Danish heritage or something, or Swedish heritage mixed in there, or Finnish. I have all of those mixed in there because of that. Like the genetics are just so similar around the same time point. It's if they were to say like you are like just Irish, it's really kind of a lie. They can't. They don't have that technology to pinpoint that well yet. They're just too similar, which makes sense. The Vikings only invaded the islands around Scotland, really. Okay, so get this, David. This is so nerdy, but you guys know I've talked about it before. Like, most of my family's dead. Almost my entire one side of my family is dead. So I don't have anyone to talk to or ask about my family, or like, I have no like identity with heritage of other than my Nana and Irish. So I love looking into this stuff. I think it's fun. It's kind of like makes me feel a part of a family, even though they're all dead. So there's this thing on 23andMe that's pretty cool where they do historical matches with like Viking remains and shit. And they'll tell you like you have 0.02% DNA similar with this blah blah. Anyways, I'm like I have like almost a full percent similar with a Viking found in Ireland. A high-ranking female Viking, whatever the fuck that means. She was found with jewelry, I guess, but in Ireland. And then they explained that. They explained how the Vikings came down and pillaged those two sides a lot. And like considering how there was all the interbreeding between Scotland and Ireland, I'm sure Vikings came down to Scotland and they were like, oh, hey, who are these people coming over from another island? Guess we'll go there and pillage that too, or some shit. Like everybody was pillaging and killing all the time, right? That was just kind of like the way. The current recommended password manager is Bitwarden. What did you feel about it, Soronlin, when you looked into it? By the way, Soronlin, you calling out the movie Pi last night? I had like a weird emotional like flash to it. Sorry. Why? Oh, anyways, when I was in college, I got a DVD out of like a $5 bin at Walmart, and it was a DVD that had two movies on it, and it was Requiem of a Dream or Requiem for a Dream or whatever, you know, the one with Jennifer Connelly Bush, and it was Pi. Those two movies in one movie, and it was so, like, I got the most visceral mental image when you mentioned it. I was like, holy shit, I have not thought about that movie in so long. So fucking long. I heard about the Spanish in Ireland. I have zero Spanish heritage, so I don't know what years that happened. Before England, you had Northumbria, Mercia, please excuse me, give me Mercia, if I pronounce these wrong, Wessex, Essex, Jutes, Anglia, which covers the majority of England, excluding the Southwest Peninsula and the Northwest. Wales was still its own thing at this point. Wales is one of the most ancient, like, people of the island as well, right? Of, like, the greater island. Them and the Scots, I want to say, are two of the oldest. Well, yeah, when I say pillage, I don't really know if they, like, did the terrible, but, you know, they, like, bred with each other. They intermingled their genitalia. The magical chaos hole, known as the $5 bin at Walmart, dude, I had so many DVDs out of that fucking bin. Good ones, too. Really good ones. Requiem is one of those dreams, is one of those movies you watch once, and then you only ever watch it again if you're, like, with someone who's never seen it and you don't want them to watch it alone. I feel like that's the only reason. I think I've seen it a handful of times. Once, my first time, and that was like, we got a winner. Who's gonna be the winner? And then I've seen it a couple other times because I asked a friend if they'd ever seen it. They said no, and I was like, I can't just make you watch this alone. This movie's fucked up. Like, there's only so much Connolly Bush in the world, you know what I'm saying, that can make up for the all the rest. You know what I'm saying? All the rest. Bitwarden is good if you want to host yourself, which does limit exposure, but then you are, you know, running your own server. They had a service, but then you're open to exposure. And that's the thing. I just, like, the anxiety of my bank passwords and shit getting out there is crazy. I did? Hell yes. I really do try with pronunciations, believe it or not. I know they're terrible a lot of the time, but I do give it my best. Like, my mom looks, and see, you know what's crazy, Kona? We grew up, my little sisters and I grew up being called Black Irish by my Nana constantly because her side of the family is all very short with short, curly, kind of like strawberry blonde-esque hair. not total ginger, but very freckly. Like my Nana was one of those people who she didn't gain melanin, she just gained more freckles. I don't know if you've ever seen someone like that, but when the sun hit her, every inch of her body would become freckled. It was wild. She was so goddamn freckly. And all her side of the family is like that. Whereas me and my sisters, we all have this like olive skin and black hair. But then we did, and again, Ancestry.com doesn't mean everything, but we did Ancestry.com and we have zero Spanish at all. We're literally 50% Irish. Like my Nana was as pure as she thought she was, if that means anything or matters. It doesn't in any way, shape, or form. But my dad's side was the muddy side that went all over the place. You tell him. You tell him what's up and stuff. You good? It's way early for Bork o'clock. That was some of. Babe, they got to hear him. Did you just hear the that is the weird talking that we always talk about. That's how he says good morning to Zach. When Zach gets up in the morning and goes pee, you just heard Trick. That was him down the hall. He does a woo 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 woo. He talks. He like chews on words. It's the fucking weird. I can't even explain it. Did you talk? Did you say good morning? We heard you. I heard you say good morning, bud. Yeah, I heard you sing a song. It was very cute. Did you say good morning to Dad? Yeah. Yep, Zelda does the same thing. I think it's a poodle thing because Lilith does it too, just not as often. We matched today, Bubba. Did you talk? Bob, don't make fun of me. I'm a big, strong man. You are a big, strong man. That was an early Borka clock, bud. You kind of scared me a little. Such a good boy, though. I know. It's way too early for Borka clock. Fuck you, Mom. I was kind of assumed I was highly Viking heritage, but I didn't realize how much until I took a DNA test. And I was part of the population that was told I had Native American and I had less than 0.1. Dude, I mean, I think a lot of people have that because, like, really at the end of the day, heritage means nothing. But it is, for those of us who don't have family, it's kind of a way to feel like you're connected to some people at one point in time. And my grandpa, I think I've told you this, but my grandpa was basically like, his family was Jewish and hiding. So they emigrated and then just, we're German now. And so my whole life, I was convinced by my grandparents that I was half Irish and half German, period, end of story. Like, that was it. And then when my grandparents passed away before Ancestry.com came out, and then Ancestry came out, and my sister and I were like, let's do it. This will be fun. Like, one half of our family is completely dead, including our dad. We have no idea what the fuck he was. And we did it, and we had 0% German. At all. And I was like, Mom, who'd you fuck? But I super wish my grandpa was alive because that's how we found out he was like, they were like Polish Jews in hiding and all this stuff. We had to do this research, but he didn't even know that. Like, he was so young that he was convinced he was German. It's wild what people have to do to escape murder because you have religious, like, not even religious, you have a cultural heritage. Like us talking about being Irish or something. It's wild. Well, David, it's just wrong. You're not. Like, unless you moved from there, like you know, or if you have a very overbearing grandparent that's like, you're Irish, then sure, when they're around, like, just do it. They're gonna die and you don't want to be the reason. Like, just do it. If my Nana came back, I'd be like, yes, Nana, Irish. Yep. All the way. Nothing else matters. But you're not. It's fun to look into heritage though. Like I do have Viking heritage and I'm like Finnish a little. I mean, it's like barely anything, but I look at that and I'm like, that has to be where my height comes from. Like that's things that I like looking into the heritage stuff for because the heritage I know about, my mom's side, which is 100% Irish, they're short, they've got curly reddish blonde hair, and they're covered in freckles. I have none of these things. So like growing up, I had like they'd give me their skincare, routine when I had acne, and it would fuck my face up because I don't have the same skin. So it's kind of fun to look into it and be like, that's how I got so tall, or maybe that's why my skin is so yellow. And like we found out my dad was Syrian, like stiff shit like that was cool. My dog has recently been gnashing at the air when we talk to him, like he's trying to speak back. That is so cute. Lil does the thing where she chews her bark back because she'll start woofing and I'll be like, Bill, stop it. And she'll go, blah, 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 and like chew on it. I don't know how else to put it. She chews her bark away. Oh, no shit. Scotland officially founded in 843 AD. Damn. England founded in 923 AD. Wales in 1066. Oh, no shit. I thought Wales was older than England. I'm an idiot. And Republic of Ireland was 1923 AD. So Republic of Ireland versus Ireland. Are we just talking the Irish island and we're not going to talk the stupid religious line? I always fuck it up. My nana was obviously from the Irish side. You have sales in your chat makes you an honorary German. Ugh. Sales does help us with our translations and shit a lot, to be honest. But I don't have any of the German. Any of the German my grandpa really thought we had. I got a lot of the Polish, though. Ginger dropped a new single. Let me see if I can get it to load. I'm trying to log into my shit and I don't know my passwords for anything, so it's very fun. Oh, this is cool. So Rage gave us a video that's describing what is it? The difference between the UK, Great Britain, and England explained. How many UKians do we have here? I don't know what to say anymore to group you all together, and I have to be able to. Help. I want to see you guys pick this apart. That shit makes me happy. Hold on. Islanders. That's a good one. That's a good one. Because I don't want to be insulting, seriously. But, like, there's, like, when you guys refer to the states of America, you say America. You don't say the United States of America. Or you don't say, like, Coloradian or Baltimorean or Washingtonian. But I swear to fuck, someone who was born and raised in Washington is insanely different from someone born in Arkansas. But we're all American. There's, like, a general term we're not offended by. What would be one for a UK? That's what... Ukrainian. No. No, that's not it. My God. Did you get called a Yank? I've never been called a Yank before. I'm so upset. I've never been, like, called something in another country. I did have a mother ask if her daughter could pet my skin. But other than that, I've never been called, and I'm sad about it. Like, I straight up learn the words before I go places because I'm like, I want to, like, come. I never. It's so upsetting. Americanadian. Honestly, that makes more sense. We're all American, but, like, a Canadian's a Canadian and a United States of American is an American. How come we get American, but Canadians don't get American, and they're in America? It's all North America. You know what I'm saying? It's very confusing. Geology. Geology, Katie? Stop. Shut up. Stop it. Just ignore me. Listen to someone else and pick them apart for a minute, because apparently words... Show me where you're pissed from! Thank you for that Prime sub, Mel. Weren't I just... I thought you were, and now it's 40... I don't know. I was pretty positive that was literally last week. I don't fuck. Thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it any swings. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways. And don't forget your Prime subs. Every time you forget to use your Prime sub anywhere, not here, doesn't have to be here. Bezos gets a $5 bill shoved up his greasy-ass G-string. What does he do for society? Literally nothing. Stop it. Think of all of the Prime subs out there that could be going to streamers and are just forgotten about. He's raking it. Raking it! Find someone who needs to smile and give them that fucking Prime. There it is. There it is. I slept like poop last night. I had to wake up early. With that being said, it's nap time for me at least. Dude, go lay in bed and do absolutely nothing. You deserve to do that. I was trying to think of something to do today that I wasn't going to use my voice or like crack my fucking throat too hard today. Um, and hold on, I was moving a couple things. I do want to hear the ginger. Just because something's wrong. I don't know. My throat's swollen.
Now, I'm going to fuck you with Satan's cock.
Knives, thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive and giving it for 56 fucking months. That's a long time. I'm surprised the history of the world didn't go into South America too much. Actually, it really didn't. You're right. I mean, it kind of touched on it, but not too much. Well, there's a couple, like, as much as I want to keep playing Sir Whoop Ass, we are going to keep playing it. That's probably a bad idea because I think I was screaming a lot in that video game. I think. Just not unfortunately not a screamy one. Like it feels okay right now. I have huge tonsils. I've always had huge tonsils, and whenever I get like some sort of infection or something, like my tonsils swell. It's just instant. And no matter what I do, the doctors won't cut them out. And I'm just stuck with them. So they're just constant. And it's this one, and I feel like if I scream, it'll just make it worse. So I'm trying to be. What the fuck is this? Hold on. How does this even exist? Is my question. It's too high quality for me in my cheap life. I'm not fancy like that. Carhartt's like hardcore. It's for, the work of construction and stuff. Yeah, Twitter's just, it's going down. Like, stay the fuck away from that shit. Gloves, seriously. And when you put in, like, it's the heat, it's the dryness on top of just, like, using them constantly, they're just gonna wear out. The yard on an incline sounds very much like all yard. That's basically yards in the desert, right? If you don't do anything to them, like put a retaining wall up, I think it's just when we have our, like, rainy season, it's just that mud creates, like, kind of a nasty. So I've been, like, creating, like, what is the word? It's tiered kind of gardening. Like just chiseling huge wide ass steps into it and then building it up in areas where it needs to be built up, stamping it down, watering it, etc., etc., etc. Like I looked up Pinterest articles and shit. And it was really exhausting. And it still is. It's not done by any means, but I can see where it's like things will grow now, I guess. Like I can control the water. Kind of like terrace. Yeah, that's exactly what I've done. Like there's one first one comes off of the house and then it goes like this. Each one's about 6 feet, literally, because I lay down on the ground and measure it with my body. Each terrace is about 6 feet, but I've been coming up from the bottom as well and kind of building down, and you know what I mean, moving dirt with like 3 different shovels. It's free if I do it. It's just really exhausting. It's crazy. And don't worry, I did look up where my water line is, so I'm not digging near that or anything. Ridge cut? Oh, no shit, it's their child brand? I mean, I can fit in child brand shit. Let's go. I hope so too. That's my, like, it's cool because I have the time to, like, research. I was going to try to, I haven't logged into Twitter yet. I don't know if it'll let me go in right now because I wiped my history and everything. So, of course, I have to re-log into everything and I don't remember any of my passwords and I think I put it on there. I had a picture of my yard before, like, ages ago. And then, just posted the now picture so you could see, like, how much it's not done. I already have an account. Yes. Sign into it. The silence is astounding. I'm so sorry. Nothing's letting me log in. Did my internet die? I'm still here, right? I'm gonna reload it. Hold up. It's being questionable. Oh, child brand. Oh, I am a goober. I am. I like that word better than idiot. I'm trying so hard not to call myself an idiot because it's not. No one should. Why did Katie go? Shut up. I put on music for you. Hold up. Did I lose them? I'm still here. Shush. I have them on my phone. I can do this. I'm mildly proud of it. Mildly. It's not leveling is fucking exhausting. I will say that a million times over for the rest of my life. I don't like, man, I don't ever want to do it again. I don't know. It's rewarding now that I've seen it and it looks really good, but holy shit, I'm so tired. And my arms and my legs just shake all the time. Don't accidentally send a picture of a Black Widow. Nobody wants to see that. Okay. The pictures of my yard. I took pictures of my yard I needed for myself to see how much work I'd done on my yard because I was getting to a point where I was like, I can't see the difference. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I was busting my literal balls and couldn't see a difference. I was kind of going a little crazy. Like, am I even doing anything? Like, should I just stop? Is this even worth, like, I'm literally just moving chunks of dirt all the time. So looking at a before and after has helped me a lot. It's not perfect, but it's better. It's so much better than what it was. And it, like, looks like it's ready for things to be grown in it, which is exciting. Also, bonus picture of Millie. One moment. Our work is never over. Unfortunately, the pictures of the yard are from, like, opposite angles because I'm an idiot, but yes. I just couldn't get into Twitter because I deleted all my cookies and shit, and I don't remember my password, and I'm too tired to figure it out. But essentially, like, looking down the hill from my house, this is what my yard did look like, and then this is what I've done to it. Bonus dogs in the background. So slowly I've been, like, chiseling down and moving dirt up and down, and then also I have this, like, that, like, weed netting shit that's been killing all of the noxious weeds and stuff in the yard so I can uproot them and get the fuck rid of them, like stuff that's just been impossible to kill, but I refuse to put chemicals in the yard. And then slowly chiseling steps down into it. You can kind of see Lilith. It only wants me to zoom in on them. There's the dogs. But that's it. It's just this fucking horrid clay. I know. This is the shit I've been just chiseling into slowly. Yes, so this, if you see this tall, oh, you can't. Hold on, can I zoom in on it? Nope. This layout sometimes sucks. One moment. If I do this, no. Don't be a douche. Really? Okay. Well, this way on the picture. You know what? Hold up. I have an idea. I was going to show you the trees that I've grown for like a year, which is I'm proud of it. Boosh. So right there and right here and right here, those are two aspens. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Okay. Well, that's okay. On the right-hand side, you can see two aspens. Those are two that I planted like a year ago. They've like tripled in size. They're so fucking tall now. Way taller than me, which is super exciting. And then this is one I saved up and bought this year. But I'd like to just grow like clover or something all over this just to give it some sort of root structure and get some sort of water held into my yard. Because as you can see, it's very clay. It's kind of a clay nightmare. I know. And you get bonus bill. Bonus billeth. But that's from that shit that is just like this horrible, disgusting, weedy nonsense into that bonus bill. I've just been chiseling. This is what I do in my spare time. Anytime I get a free moment, I do that. Terracing, yeah. I mean, I didn't know what else to do because it was such a steep hill. It was quite steep, to be honest. Like, you would bust your ass if it was wet out or snowy and icy. I didn't know what else to do, honestly. But, like, it actually looks a little bit different now. I've done more work on it. But up here, this one's level now. This one's level. This one's level. This one, you can't see. Can you see my mouse? No, you can. This one's not level yet. And then it extends all the way into another part of the yard. It's just, it sucks. Clay sucks. And as you can see, it's just like a barren landscape. So I'm going to try to buy some clover seeds or something and do it by hand and with my own body power. Thank you. It's been an adventure, let me tell you. It's a great way to take out rage, to be honest. Like if I'm feeling just like physically antsy or angry about something, I just go outside and start chiseling away at the dirt. Cause it sucks. It's like not an easy. It's not easy. It sucks. Yeah, it's the same shit. From what you've told me, Crispy, it's literally the same shit. It's sticky. It's thick. It's heavy beyond reason. If it gets dry, it does that crack. The earth is cracking like some shit, like an earthquake or whatever. It's horrid. You may be able to get plants cheap from the county extension office that will sell you cheap local plants. I think that's what Scott's done, actually. I don't know if this is honestly a great time of year to plant plants, like new ones, because it's so fucking hot. I've read that you're supposed to do it in the fall or the spring, but I could be totally wrong on that. Just because you end up watering so much more in the summer, but that's what I did with both of my aspen trees because they're on the top, and I was worried about all the water coming down. And that's part of the reason for the terrace digging into it, like me chopping literally the earth apart into pieces, is to try to get water to stay up the hill with all of my plants that are up there that I'm trying to get to proliferate by some means because it's just a barren landscape and I can't stand it. My God. Oh my God, B. The green light makes her look like a ghost from Beetlejuice. Like we're in the rating room together. So how did you go? I can't look at her. She's so cute. Miss Ma'am, do you just want to snuggle? What's up? You need to go potty? Or do you just want love? Oh, okay. That's cool. Is that Elvis? Yo, King! Yes, ma'am. When Lilith comes to say hi, it usually means she needs to take a shit. Do you need to go potty? Do you need to go outside? I can't tell. You're just licking my leg a lot. Ma'am. I know. I know. I have a lot of the lights off, honestly. I've been trying to do minimal lights just to keep the house cool. I'm sure you understand. There's like little stupid tricks to keep your house cool I've found, and one is like really thick curtains on every window ever so the sun doesn't come in and keeping the lights off. This is supposed to be a PG-13 channel, and you make it weird, Lil. Yeah, you make your home a dungeon. That's literally exactly it. Like sheets on the windows sometimes to cool it off, as minimal lights as possible. But it makes it so unless he's up here, you can't see my beautiful boy. You're so handsome. What are you gonna do with all that skin, bud? I don't know. I'm gonna get bitches. Numbers of bitches. And I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna tell them they're sassy. You're so cute. Truly adorable. They're the ones that make it weird. I mean, kind of. Like, we're all just hanging out, having a good time, and Lilith's like, this is the time to hump brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were all having such a nice time. She just can't accept that we can snuggle together. You know what I'm saying? She's like, either you give me attention, you give him attention, and I hump the fuck out of him, or you give me attention. And I'm like, why can't we just attention at the same time? She can't do it. She has to make it weird every time. Sounds like some shit. I would never. Hump something for attention nor dominance? Absurdity. Absurdity and transcendence. You know what's funny? The older Lil gets and she gets like persnickety about like anything, I'm like, oh God, she's more and more like Millie. And like we joke about how she turned into Nana, but like really Millie wasn't around very long for the puppies. Um, there truly is only one common denominator when it comes to these cunty female dogs. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying there's one. Probably. Who did it? Who made you like weird and kind of particular? It ain't me. She's licking the fuck out of my leg. Do you need to go potty? You wanna go outside? You need to go shit? Okay. Okay. Now they're gonna battle. But usually, why are you limping? What did you do? You've been so good on that leg. She's going for it. She's like, I'm gonna fucking hump this shit out of you, brother. Okay, I guess quick break again. I don't even know if it's break time or not, but usually Bill only gets weird when she needs to take a shit, so I'll confirm or deny. Be right back. Let's go, surveying my terrace yard. And I was thinking, like, why does it feel like Maryland right now? It's hot. I mean, obviously it's hot all the time, but like, something was giving me a weird nostalgic feeling. Fucking cicadas started here, finally. How long ago was cicada apocalypse that everybody was like, oh my god, bugs? Because it's that sound everywhere outside right now. I haven't seen one yet. I don't even know if we get them in our yard. Honestly, the amount that I've been digging in our yard, I'd be shocked if anything nested there or survived. No shit. So the apocalypse was like 6 weeks ago, but it just started like a week ago. Yep, I noticed. Oh, like 2 days ago, I heard one in a tree, in like a neighbor's tree. You know, you hear it for a long, like that, and then it just kind of chokes itself off and stops. And I was like, maybe a cicada. Now, it's tons. My neighbors have a lot of trees, so I think they live there. None here in Washington. Are you guys part of the cicada? Like, do you guys get cicadas? I don't think we got them in Eastern Washington, but it's not very wet there. I think they like kind of humidity. In Chicago, it was like 6 weeks. It was insane. I'm very jealous. We thought thunderstorms were taking over. No shit. I thought it was a broken power line at first because I have like one power line draped across my yard going to the neighbor's shed or something. And I know shit. I was like, is it zing at me? That's literally what and then I realized it was way more than one. It literally sounds like that. It's C-Town. If you've ever heard a power line, if you've ever been too close to a power box or something, you hear that zzz, that's exactly what they sound like. And it's actually like a weird organ in their belly. They inhale and exhale and it makes this sound. It's really crazy. They're totally harmless. I don't even think they have mouth parts. If they do, they like suck sap of trees and shit. They're just like food for other food, really. Is why, yeah. I mean, Washington, only part of it's wet, and they'd have to make it through the dry part. I was driving home from friends. They were so heavily populating the trees. The trees looked like they were fucking moving. No, I love that. I remember when I lived in Maryland, I would go outside and I would harvest the husks of the babies because you know they crawl out of the ground and then they cling to like the bark of a tree and they like crack out of their weird little larval stage and they go up higher in the tree and become their weird winged stage. I would save those and like preserve them in resin and shit and in dice. I love bugs, man. I've never eaten one and I don't want to do that. The only thing that scares me about them, Erican, have you ever seen I've shown you guys a couple times, but I have one Instagram video of me encountering a cicada killer. Those are horrific. Again, they have no interest in human. They are harmless as far as I'm concerned because I'm not a cicada, but it's quite literally a hornet type wasp creature big enough to fly off with a cicada in its arms. And I find one in this video and I'm videotaping it and it flies at my fucking face and clings to my boob. And I go full little girl mode, like, ew, 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 get it, oh my god. Like, you just hear me in the background as I drop my phone and freak out. Child. But oh, it was bigger than my nipple. Like, I felt it do like this. It wasn't like a this, it was like a this. I was like, ah! Like, and it was carrying a cicada. Those, though. Fuck Grew up in Ohio and remember the last big skating year extended to VA and Illinois. Yep, I think Virginia usually gets them. Maryland always gets them. Jersey always gets them. I think we always got them. No, I said it was bigger than. It was bigger than, I said. Like, it was a full, like, I can't do it. I felt it grab whole tit, is what I'm saying. Also, why is this too big? What's wrong with big nipples? Are we hating? What if it's this big? What if my nipple extends to my collarbone and I just wear makeup every day? You don't know. Are we being more to suckle? Nipples are perfect. Don't shame me in my baloney tits. I don't think I've ever seen this before, so we can laugh. This isn't real, right? Some people have two small ones. Some of us have one big one in the center. Like oblong, like they met. Holy crap. I've net this to your collarbone. I've never seen that. No judgment. Nipples are. I've never been in the presence of a nipple that was presented to me to suckle upon where I was like, the size just ain't there. There isn't even thought between like, oh, thank you for that permission was the word. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen that. Just ends up looking like a raccoon, except nipples. Does that happen? The entire front of the boob. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's a lot of sensitive skin. Like, real talk. The dirty dark skin of the nip knop is sensitive. That's the braille skin. Like, imagine if your whole boob is that. Oh my god. It's scary. It seems like it'd be the wind would blow and you might blind a child. Is that like the nips in the movie 300? When Leonidas is making love to his wife and it's like slow motion and they're like they like, you know what I'm saying? They were like morning sausages, you know what I'm saying? Those weren't Lena Headey's boobs, by the way. I watched an interview where she said it wasn't her body doing the fucking scene, which was unfortunate, but like they did that. I swear to God. What if your entire body was an area? Wait. Would that mean you just kind of looked like you didn't have a nipple? It's auto playing, god damn it. Right now, I was like, I'm trying to think, like, would it be like that Marilyn Manson suit where he had like the boobies, but it was all white and no nipple? Like, was Marilyn just one nipple? Just nipple, I mean. You've made me think way too hard. I knew a girl back in my 20s who definitely had areolas that were like 50% of her boobs. I went to town on them. Who the fuck wouldn't? A presented titty that is consensually allowed to be suckled should be at all moments. Jesus Christ. An uber nip, if you will. More nip to play with, man. Okay, Knives gave a video of maybe a scary owl. Saturday morning early, it was wild weekend. Had this owl not noticed me and land within... Dude, shut up. Pause, you beautiful, beautiful voice of a creature. That's scary, dude. Owls are like murder birds. I've heard that they're not very intelligent. I don't know. Oh shit, that's not gonna work. I don't know why. I guess they're kind of empty-headed, which is interesting because they're like the symbol of wisdom. Oh shit! Did it just fucking look at you? I'd pee my pants. No. Okay, hold up. It's so fucking quiet, obviously, because Knives is probably trying not to get murdered by the murder bird. I'm turning the volume all the way up, but when you see his little chin puff, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. You can hear a little like hoot. That is so cool. That made me like choke up a little bit. That is really badass. Do you know what kind of owl it is? I don't know much about owls. Does anybody know? If someone had an entire body that was an areola, I'd be after them with a big ice cube. I'm saying an ice cube and like a handheld fan. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Listen. I turned the volume all the way up, so I'm gonna remember to turn it down. Don't worry. But you can hear a little like hoot, and it's really cool. Dude, those empty fucking eyes, though. That is so cool and so creepy. God, they look, I guess maybe it's the big eyes and stuff. They kind of look like they're looking straight through your soul. I mean, right, knives isn't food or a threat, so like what the fuck? But I wonder what the hoot was. Like what does hooting mean? Was it a hello? Owls are a symbol of wisdom, like wearing glasses means you're smart. Amen. If someone had an entire body that was, I mean, come on. Knives not really talking, really? Dude, owl legs are fucking hilarious. If you've never just I mean, owls have like no body. It's kind of fucking humorous. They're just legs and no brain, apparently. That was the last hoot it did before I walked away. That is so cool. I don't know what I would do. No shit, it did that every time you looked at it. It's so it was what dear owl, what were you saying? Wait, was that your fucking Harry Potter letter and you just walked away? What the fuck, Knives? Well, you could have been a wizard, Harry. You'd think the owl would just peace out if it wanted Knives to leave it alone. But it seems chill as fuck. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be in threat. Owl, yo, there's a UFO. There are aliens right behind you, bro. Turn the fuck around. Stop filming me. Turn around. Could have been a hairy wizard, man. I'm just saying, right? You could have had powers of, like, eternal magic. I'm clearing out links. Hold on. I think we had one more from Charismatic Voice that you guys gave me that you wanted to watch. And who was it? I have a lot of shit up. So much. Shoo. I would have used them for evil. Evil's subjective. Everyone has both dark and light within them. Or something like that. I don't know. It was Joan Jett. That's the one. And then, this is, I mean, maybe we won't. I don't know. I don't want to watch that other one. There's one she reacted to a performance from the Olympics, but meh. This is such a weird song to have on here, but I'm into it. Harry Bigfoot Mothman Wizard, dude. If wizards could have wings, why wouldn't they just have wings? Yeah, it's the Gojira one. There's just a lot of nonsense around the Olympics. I'm not like anti-Olympics or anything like that, but they like, I mean, to be frank, they allowed a convicted rapist, child rapist, to compete. It just seems gross, but also like super disrespectful to all of the other competitors to have to be around a human being like that and be in contact with that human being and physically like sweating around. It's just gross. So like, to each their own. Phobic for calling yourself bisexual. Okay, call me out if I'm totally off base here, but like, what? That being bi is transphobic? That's so odd. Yeah. Digging in my brain hole for like what the where the uh, I guess what that seems like you're digging for a hate in the place there isn't any. Yeah, it's inventing a new reason to fight amongst ourselves. Yeah, when all we're trying to do is like not be other again. It feels like quite a reach. So not Yeah, I don't think they like the people that believe being bisexual means transphobic. I don't think they know what either of those words mean. Oh, no shit. Because bi means two, therefore I'm clearly saying there's only two genders. That's a dig. Am I totally off base on thinking that is quite the dig? Like you're really searching for hate in just someone saying, I nibble on all the things. I like people. Yeah. That's it. It's a dig. It's defining something the way you want to define it for your own purposes, right? It's a reach. That's a good way of saying it. It's a big reach. Imagine being allowed to have sexual preferences without someone calling you phobic. It's interesting. Yeah. It really seems like they went through like the lists of people's way of describing their sexuality, however that might be, and they looked at them and they're like, all right, instead of describing them by who they like would like as a partner, it was who they hate, which is so odd. What a fucking hateful place to exist on the inside. Specifically, it came from someone who identified as pan. I don't. I mean. Yeah, exactly, C-Town. By that logic, literally any sexuality is phobic at some point, I guess. If that's the way you want to look at it, which seems like a really dark place to be. I don't know. It seems like you're really, that's what I'm saying, Knives. It's a dig. Like, it doesn't matter. You had to dig for that, and you're looking for it. This is that logic. Straight people are homophobic, gay people are heterophobic. Well, I don't. I'm. Bleh. I'm really glad none of you are like that. Gives me hope in the world. Because, like, what? It's just, like, stupid. It's a super reach. Yeah, I'm glad that's not a problem we have. And won't be. Because you're educated people who, take pleasure in each other's company, regardless of the genitals we present or suck. Because, like, wow, none of it matters. Right? They're defining things for their own purposes. That's what they're doing. It's like people that break down words and try to look for ancient roots in something there's not there. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean it was meant to be done. Dude, troubled. That's my stance. Like, you do you, boo boo. As long as it's consenting adults, tie yourself up, wear a skirt made of condoms full of your own frozen shit. I don't give a shit. Where, like, do what it, like, it's you, boo boo. Doesn't fucking matter. Like, as long as you're a good person and treat people well and fairly, that's it. That's all that should matter. Let's be real. People, man, they're the best. I don't really get the sexual stirrings till I have feelings for the person. So as far as I'm concerned, if I love them, they could have Pop-Tarts down there. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm the same. There's a word for that. People have told me there's a word for it. I'm just don't care. I mean, really, to describe myself by anything. But Demi, that's what that is. It's where you want to fuck their brain. That's how I describe it. You like are into this, and that makes you just be like, whatever the fucking Pop-Tart hostess treat is down there, I'm gonna figure it out. Nom 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 nom. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I'm on that. I'm on that because your brain is hotter than anything, man. Why'd you have to remind us of the frozen turd condoms? Because they'll haunt me for the rest of my existence, and I'll never not think of those in my life. Ever. Ever. I know. I'm gonna find someone to raid because my throat, I can feel it like getting swollen, so I need to go make tea and stuff like that and rest my shit. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm sorry. Why? What? I didn't. No. I didn't do anything. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I'm sorry I'm so low energy and shit. I'm just trying deeply to battle off whatever the fuck is happening right here. I think it's a mix of allergies, fire, smoke, all of the terrible things that are going on in the air right now. We've had like air warnings every day for a month or some shit like that. So it's probably a mix of all of that, but you know, make sure to hydrate. Wash your fucking hands before and after self-loving. Eat something delicious, and tomorrow, just a reminder, is Faded Friday, which means music. If you found anything new or recent or awesome that was just we don't think we've ever watched here or listened to, bring it by. Just gentle reminders. If I get a shit ton of links going on, I'll tend to skip ones that I remember absolutely we've done recently, and then I'll go back to them if we have time. But also, make sure to preview the music videos and stuff you throw at me, and make sure there's no nipples and penises and ginas, because the internet will delete me for those. It's super unfortunate because I love all of those things. They're my favorites. But like, you know. Also, watch party tonight in 2 hours ish in the Discord. Everybody's invited as always. If you'd like to come hang out, I'm gonna go rest my throat now because it hurts. Let me see. Who's alive? It's not loading. I know. I actually made some sun tea yesterday, so I'm going to try to drink that with some honey in it, and hopefully that helps my throat hole, because my throat hole it's just like this shit. I know, I was trying to pull up Smoke's channel, and it's like the raid. They changed the whole raid system. It looks very different now. It's not like, I mean, you can type in names. I was being lazy, I guess, and just scrolling. But I didn't. There he is. When I clicked on his channel, it wouldn't. It does like a pop up of his channel, and then you rate. It's so stupid. I'm so sorry. Please ignore me. Take care of yourselves. Drink water. Watch party tonight if you want to hang out, and bring new music tomorrow. I think, is it officially August? Yeah. So in like 23 days, I will be gone for approximately a week and a half. I'm going to Burning Man, and that's all the news I have for you.